M is for
Money, money, money.
Hi, I'm Beck from Be Free Emotional Fitness Training, and I support women and girls to become emotionally stronger.
And I'm Vern from Move Forward Mentoring, and I specialise in male mentoring, helping boys and men find their passion, speak from their heart, and build better relationships.
And together we are Rekindling Relationships. We work with couples through mentoring sessions as well as facilitating communication and creative workshops to build deeper connections.
Welcome to our podcast, designed to help you strengthen and bring more fun into your partnership, as well as create a more loving, healthy, and strong connection.
Hey everyone, today we're talking about money.
Money, money, money. It is probably one of the biggest stresses on a relationship. The American Psychological Association says it accounts for a third of stresses in relationship.
That's a lot.
It is a lot. I guess kids count for the other 2/3.
The rest of it.
Everything else. So let's talk money. So money, we want to talk about money, what it is. No, we don't want to talk about money, what it is.
We all know what it is.
We all know what money is. We'd all probably want a little bit more of it. We probably want to work a little bit less to get it. We all want to know how we can deal with it without getting so stressed.
Yeah, we don't want to have to worry about it. Not a subject I particularly find that interesting, but it's essential, and obviously it is a problem for a lot of people.
We've had to work through money issues as we've come together and blended families and then bought a house together, which meant that there was a whole lot of money coming from different spaces. Our own money experiences tend to be from when we're children.
How we manage money, our example set from our parents, quite often we follow that example, don't we? So my dad was the one who was the breadwinner of the family and worked for himself. And we always had enough money. We always went on overseas holidays and we were never short. But he continually stressed about money. So we always thought we were not that well off or not doing okay. But that wasn't the case at all. And I remember my mum going, "Stop whinging about money, you make us sound like we're destitute." And she was the one that managed the finances, so she would know. It was never a problem, but he always felt like he needed to earn more and more money, and we were always going to be short.
So how's that affected you now?
I think I have followed that example in some ways, where I do worry about it when I don't need to worry about it. What about you? What's been your example set of money and managing finances?
I don't think my dad was very good at it, and my mum pretty much brought me up and my brother from 10 years old. She was a single mum working 3 jobs at one stage and had to probably manage money really well. But I feel that I've sort of never had to worry about money. It's always come when I needed it. In some cases, when I was living in Southeast Asia, when I was a uni student, I didn't have a lot of money, but I never really worried so much. I always felt like I could get money when I needed to. So I don't think I've been very good at managing it. I'm very good at making money, but actually saving and managing it has never been my forte.
Which you're probably the reverse in that way.
Which has actually been very beneficial because we actually are playing to each other's strengths now, where I'm more focused on how do I make the money or how do we make the money and what can we do together to create more money in our lives. And you're focusing on how do we manage that money really well and save it. And I feel a lot better knowing that you have that on board and that you'll take care of it, because it's something I don't think I'm not very good at, mainly because I don't care about it so much. I don't really pay attention to it.
And you're actually good for me too, because I would worry unduly about it, but I don't so much because you don't stress about money at all.
No,
so it
I
makes
don't.
me less stressed about money.
I don't think I know we need it, and I feel
And
that
somehow you do just make it. You're like, "Oh, you need me to manifest that? Okay." And I'm like, how does he do that?
Well, even the start of COVID, when lost a lot of business and was very worried about paying rent, and we decided to move in together and blend our families so that there was only one rent, one set of bills, and to make it cheaper, we also have made it easier for us to make money together because we've combined our work. So now we work together running workshops and programs and working with kids on school holiday programs or working with adults, and we can work together doing that and making that money. And I know how to work in that space because I've been doing it for a few years. Probably we worry less about money and we're managing it better at the same time. as you are our money manager and much better at this than me, tell me, what are you going to do to help us cut costs?
So we'd sit down and look at each other's finances, how much each other are earning, because now we've melded together and we've bought a house. So there's a lot of things that are in place at the moment. We just look at that, but then have different accounts for our budget. So it'd be like, your savings account, your general expenses account, our business account, our mortgage account. People out there might find it easy to budget on a weekly basis, and it might depend on how often you get paid. If you get paid weekly or you get paid fortnightly or you get paid monthly, you'd budget according to that. So it's just really looking at your finances in detail, how much is going out and how much is coming in, what you want to save, and how you can cut costs. And we've done that in a few ways, like even simple things like insurance. We were both with different insurance companies, and then we looked at going with the same insurance company.
What were you looked at? Don't bother putting me in there. I generally don't care.
I looked at the insurance company that our home loan is with, because we get a discount on that because we have our home insurance through that. But now both of our car insurances are through that, and we saved over $50 a month by doing that.
So it's actually about having conversations about each other's financial positions and then being able to work out what the budget is and then work out your goals, how much you want to save, how much you want to pay off on your house, how much you want to pay off on a car loan, and then if you want to go on a holiday, and working out the goals so that you can actually move forward together.
And simple tip, I always over budget. So always overestimate the budget.
Rather than underestimate and then freak out.
Then you're stuck.
Because you have no money. A good example of how bad I am with money. During January, most of my work would quieten down. I wouldn't get a lot of work over January. So pretty much for about 5 or 6 weeks, it would be really quiet. And because I hadn't budgeted for that properly in November, well, maybe even October, November, December, by the time it got to mid-February, I was living on nothing. I was actually living on my savings by then.
So it's always trying to think forward, isn't it?
Well, yes, if you can think forward. I'm very good at going, right, let's ring up the phone and talk to that person about this thing, which is amazing. And they'll go, oh, that is amazing. Here, have some money to go and do that
selling
thing.
them the idea. You're great at that.
I'm great at selling the idea.
Whereas I'm not so good at that. That's not my thing.
No, and I probably, if I'd been better at managing money like you are, I would have saved a lot more money now. And I wouldn't be driving a 2007 Mitsubishi Outlander, which has peeling paint off the bonnet. It looks terrible. My children look at it and they're just like, oh, what is that? Do something.
But now together we've achieved heaps, haven't we? Because we're now, as of Monday, getting our own place, paying a lot less for our own place than renting.
Yes. Renting is also a problem. And sometimes you're stuck in that. And I've been stuck in that for years.
Yeah.
But us moving forward is really about us having the same goals and the same vision for what we want and how we're going to get there.
I think another interesting thing that can happen in relationships too is what each other value spending money on can be quite different, and that can cause conflict.
Some person who likes buying lots of tech and circus gear and dragon staffs and anything that's purple
Not mentioning any names.
gets hold of even our headphones are purple. And I'm talking about me, not Beck. Because Beck's very frugal about spending money on things. I'm more likely to go, ooh, it's purple. Get it. Oh, that would look really good there. Oh, I could use that in our circus.
Oh, but he won't buy his own, like a nice top or T-shirt. You wear that till it's got holes in.
Well, yeah, it's comfortable then. I'm saving money on my T-shirts so that I can buy...
Whereas I'll spend some money on clothes.
It's so that I can spend money on what I see as the important stuff. I think dealing with debt is really important.
Yeah, that's something we both have the same opinion on, debt, don't we?
I think that having that shared value on debt, both of us own our cars. We don't have any debt on that. And we both like to have debit cards rather than credit cards so we don't get into that credit hole.
Well, we think that's a very important thing. And I know sometimes you do have to do that to get forward in some cases. So that's always a really important thing. If you do have debt, just be conscious to not get too drowned in it.
And you have to have a conversation about it. If you've got debt and your partner doesn't know about it, eventually they will. And it's going to cause more trouble.
And it can
This
cause
is-
a lot of stress. Money
Lot of
can be a
stress.
lot of stress in a relationship.
Guess it comes back to that conversations, having hard conversations sometimes about what actually both people need in the relationship and what they value and what we can do to move forward.
Has money ever been an issue in any of your relationships? Has that ever come up as an argument or a problem?
I think the fact that I just sort of let money come and go has been an issue, and that I'm not really that focused on it. I have my own money block that has prevented me from saving a lot of money. The belief that money will come and money will go, and that it's not worth stressing about, has probably made life difficult in the past and also put some stress on past relationships as well.
I think with a lot of things in relationship, it's about making that time to talk about money, schedule time probably once a month just to make sure everything's on track. Somebody might want to save for something and that might come up in the conversation, or going to see a financial advisor. So these are all little things that I think are important. Just keep checking in.
Having the same goal as well, what you want to do with your money if you're in a couple. When you're on your own and you're single, you can pretty much do whatever you like. No one's going to tell you otherwise. And maybe that's why some people struggle when they get into a relationship. If they've spent a lot of time by themselves where they've only had to worry about money for themselves, then maybe it's harder for them to suddenly realize, oh, we have to have a conversation about this. Our money's combined now.
Yeah, that's right. Because now there's another person in it, but there's probably also kids. They're an expense too.
They're so expensive. I think I read somewhere.
Don't
the
purchase
research-
one.
Don't buy one. Get a dog. We have 2 dogs
We
and a
could
cat.
probably sell you a
They're
couple.
so much cheaper. We sell you a couple. You're selling our children over a podcast.
I need some money.
According to the stats, it costs around $250,000 to raise a
God.
child to become an adult.
Does not surprise me.
It seems like it. So we've got 4 of them. So that's $1 million.
Oh my God.
We could be traveling the world. What are we thinking?
What are we doing with 4 of them? Quick, get them out working.
Put them to work. Well, we are sort of putting them to work, aren't we? Just doing things around the house. But they're expensive to feed.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Shopping, I think, I'm always surprised and I don't know why. Every time we do shopping, I'm like, oh my God, we spend so much money on food.
Well, you're used to just shopping for 2 boys.
Yeah, but that still was expensive. Now we're doubled. The girls aren't small eaters either. Like they all eat a lot.
They do. No, I'm not saying that, you've got boys and I've got girls. I'm just saying that in the past, both of us shopped only for 3 people.
Yeah, now it's double.
Now you're going shopping or I'm going shopping and there's 6 people and we're like, what? Time for us to grow our own veggies, I think.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to get on the old microgreen train.
That's all they can eat now.
That's all they're allowed to eat.
They'll be healthy.
They'll be so healthy. They'll be skinny. So thanks so much for listening to our episode on money. Please join us next time for...
N is for neglect. Thanks for listening. Please subscribe and follow us.
And check out our website at rekindlingrelationships.com.
Bye for now.
See ya.